Welcome back. This is Family Time 71, and this is our last regular family time for the 2020-2021 school year. Next week we'll have another one, but it's kind of a final lesson wrap-up that we like to do at the end of the year. So, this is the last of our cycling through our social emotional learning competencies, and we're ending on social awareness. Specifically, we're going to talk about altruism. Now, if you're unfamiliar with altruism or the term, that's basically doing something good for someone without expecting something in return, without trying to benefit yourself. It's doing good for the sake of good. And I wanted to end on that one this year because I think it's one of the most important things we can do. And especially I get ready to send our graduating seniors out into the world, I always feel like I'm trying to squeeze in the last pieces of life lessons and the last pieces of advice, and it doesn't need to be the end. I am fortunate to stay in contact with many former students, and that always brings me a lot of joy. But it is this changing situation where I won't have you in classes anymore to talk to you every day and monitor where you're at and be a sounding board for how you're feeling. So I wanted to end with altruism because, so far as I can tell, from my life experiences, that's one of the biggest keys to living a happy, fulfilled, and peaceful life. Because that's what I want for all of you. I want you to be at peace with your life. And I use the term peace because for me it's something deeper than happiness. Happiness, joy, I want you to have all of those things in abundance. But those things can be pretty fleeting. Something small can make us happy, and that's great. But it can go away. And I want you to have some hardship in your life. I don't want you to have to struggle through everything. I don't want you to endure a lot of pain, but I want you to have some. Because I want you to have the strength to overcome. And I want you to develop the perspective that comes through struggling. And I want you to find peace, meaning a comfort with yourself, with who you are and what you're about, even in the dark times. And I think a big part of that is living altruistically, is putting other people and other ideas before ourselves, of contributing to the common good, of leaving things better than we found them, and trying to make people feel uplifted and stronger. That's a great gift that we can give to people, is allowing them to and helping them feel. And I've said it many times, and it's not my original thought, but people often don't remember the specific things we say and do. I know that's true of my classes. You're going to graduate and leave, and you're not going to remember the specific curriculum, the lessons that we taught. Maybe a few things will stick in there. But you'll always remember the way that you felt in our classroom, for better or worse, and that's something that's always in my mind. Other people will always remember the way you make them feel. And if you can put good into the world, do good for the sake of good, I assure you those things will come back to you without seeking them out, without trying to decide, how will this benefit me? How could this person maybe help me out? How can I get likes and follows with this message? Don't worry about those things. Set those things aside. I promise you, if you're doing good for good's sake, good will come back to you. And it will come back to you multiplied. So what I want you to do this week is, one, you can tell me about a time that you've done something altruistically. But the bigger challenge, what I want to challenge you to do, especially as we're wrapping up this school year, is to do something altruistic this week. It could be for one individual person. Just saying something kind, helping someone out. That's being altruistic. That's putting good in the world. And if everybody in the world would just put in a little bit more good, we would change things in an unbelievable way. So think about that this week. Think about that amongst the chaos of finishing the school year. And for some of you, for my seniors, for finishing up your high school career. Think about what good you can put back in. Let's have a great week. Much love.